Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where we are checking out lore books, and I'm also picking up the lifetime item that I forgot to get because it's the first of the month and there was so much going on I just totally forgot about it. So we are going to do that. We are going to check out the lore books, and I'm going to read to you guys what the lore books say and obviously where to find them. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so lifetime item, if you are a lifetime member on Star Stable, you get this Blushing Emo Pirate Patch. Very interesting. Not something I'm gonna wear a lot, because like I said, I like having my glasses. But very cool regardless. But now let's go find those books. Alright, Doyle's Abbey was built by the monks who came to Jorvik many centuries ago. Today, it is just a collection of ruins overgrown with shrubs, weeds, dandelions, and dandelions decorating the grave. However, it still has an atmosphere of peace and harmony, as well as a stunning view of Fort Pinta. It was here that Jan Jarl's funeral ceremony took place. He was laid to rest in an elaborate tomb beneath the abbey. Nowadays, people visit this place to experience the mythical feeling of a bygone era. Study the historical tombstones or simply enjoy its peaceful atmosphere. Fort Pinta is one of two known forts in Jorvik, the other fort being Fort Maria. The initial fort was constructed during the time of Jan Jarl. He and his men are said to have arrived on the shores of Jorvik at the very spot it is built on today. Centuries later, Governor Gareth modernized the fort into the yellow brick structure we know as it is today. Nowadays, the facility does not serve any military purpose anymore, but features instead a large open square, a popular disco, and a small number of shops dotted about. Alongside the beach that hugs the coastline below, Fort Pinta has become a popular tourist attraction thanks to the efforts of the young entrepreneur James Cloudmill. Governor Gareth. In the 17th century, Governor Gareth renamed Jan Jarl's fortress Fort Pinta. The name Pinta was taken from one of his most famous ships that took his ancestors across the Atlantic in 1492, eventually leading the first arrival of Spain to the Americas. Silverglade is the largest area of South New Jorvik County, and includes the areas of Moorland, Fort Pinta, Valedale, Firgrove, and the Silverglade Vineyard. It connects to Golden Hills Valley in the northwest and Harvest counties in the southwest. When Jan Jarl ruled Jorvik, his descendants formed a clan known as the Slifer clan. They lived in what is known today as Silverglade. To this day, Jan Jarl's descendants still live in Silverglade, such as the Baroness. Silverglade Manor is a large mansion situated in Silverglade Vineyard. It has been home to the same family name for generations, who own the surrounding lands, including the Equestrian Center and Silverglade Castle. The manor houses a modest library, and on the roof of the manor is the Silver Fork restaurant. Silverglade Observatory. Tucked away in the northern mountain range, the Silverglade Observatory is an isolated building that offers incomparable views of Silverglade and Firgrove. It can be accessed by a horse-friendly gondola or by taking the mountain that lies at the edge of Hollow Woods. Though technically a part of Silverglade County, Firgrove is often considered its own area, due to its size and the Silversong River acting as a natural divide between the two areas. In addition, Firgrove has a very distinct atmosphere that can't be experienced anywhere else in Jorvik. The vast unpopulated wilderness of Firgrove is home to rich and varied wildlife. While the locals keep horses, sheep, and hens, the forests and caves are populated by wolves and bears. In the southern parts of Firgrove, there is a tunnel that leads to Mistfall. The area boasts a prominent Western culture, due in part to its mining roots. Nowadays, this can be best experienced at Starshine Ranch, a Western riding ranch run by Carl Peterson and Josh, who truly bring the spirit of the West to Jorvik. Dundull. The village is famous for its amazing crafts and its people's tenacity. There is a story that the locals have been telling for generations, one of a wandering kraken spirit in the forest, but claimed encounters have become rare. During the time of Jan Jarl, the village was known as Dundull. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, oh well. And was the center of a shipbuilding in Old Jorvik. These days, the sleepy town is mostly known as a getaway to the scenic Mistfall National Park. That Yearning for Adventure, written by Edith Octavia Hartwood. That Yearning for Adventure. The 20th of March. I can't quite believe it myself. I ventured into the unknown lands, north of Redwood Point, what we call the Wildwoods. They say no one has visited this part of Jorvik for centuries, not even the Jorvik Rangers. And it certainly feels that way. I found a narrow gap to the west, but I can hardly recommend that route to anyone. In the middle of South Lake, there seem to be the remnants of an old bridge, but it doesn't look like it was built by human hands. It looks as if it is grown here. This is so fascinating and mysterious. These old bones haven't felt this excited for decades. Maybe one of you may find these notes one day, and when that day comes, I really hope you'll understand. It's true what they say, that deep yearning for adventure and exploration does run in the family. But after what has happened to my parents, I must have buried all of that deep down. I think I was 8 or 9 years old when they died. Now you're all grown up since your dad passed away. Things haven't been the same. I feel it's time I face my fears and head on and reclaim my heritage. There's Jones blood running through my veins. Our veins, there's no doubt about it. The Foresters, written by Edith Octavia Hartwood. The 26th of July. The Foresters are another horse clan living in these parts, and I don't think I've ever had this much fun. It's easy to fall in love with their happy-go-lucky attitude and joyful way of life. Day in, day out, they roll around in their flower fields, splash in the lake, and relax in the beautiful glades of Winnie Valley. Simply put, they just enjoy the little things in life. While I did learn a lot about myself, thanks to them, you could say that their carefree nature can be a little frustrating, as making plans or thinking about tomorrow is completely alien to their nature. Meeting them got me thinking about my own families as well. Maybe I could have more in common with the Foresters than I thought. As you know, your dad and I have met in the Ranger Academy, and after graduation, we were both posted to the Wildwoods, and the Jorvik Rangers quickly became our second family. It wasn't long until you came into the world, Maine. Lars, bless him, left the Rangers to raise you two in Jorvik City, so that I could stay. He knew it would make me happy, but my breaks were always too short, and it broke my heart every time I had to leave you again. There is only so much you can say in a telegram or even on a telephone. I wish I could have been there for you all more. City life wasn't for me. At least, that's what I told myself. Legends of the Wildwoods, written by Edith Oregon Hartwood. November. The horse clans have legends that describe how the Sentinel tree came to be. According to their stories, the Wildwoods became the magic place that it is today when Aideen planted a seed in this forest. The clan also call it the Life Warden. The mystics even believe it to be sentient, and that it imbues the forest with light, life, and magic. This life warden is apparently not the only one of its kind. There are several ancient trees like it across Jorvik, and their roots spread far and wide below the entire island. I've been here for a better part of a year, but it feels like a decade. I've only scratched the surface of the Wildwoods, and at the same time, I'm eager to see what lies beyond the horizon. Should I travel north towards Ashland? Should I follow in my mother and father's footsteps after all? I'm not ready to say my farewells to my new friends here. And more than ever, this forest is my home. One thing is for certain. I can't go back to the Great World. I won't. Maybe there's no point in writing these notes anymore. Will you ever get to read them? Lars, Maine, Ohio, I love you. The Mystics, written by Edith Octavia Hartwood, the 23rd of May. Over the last few weeks, I got to know one of the horse clans that call these lands their home. They call themselves the Mystics, and after plenty of long and profound conversations, I believe they see me as their friend. Gee, talking horses, you ask? Well, this is Jorvik. Their manes and coats are a vivid blue, although I don't know how that's a project of biology or their environment. This clan lives in a close proximity to a large sequoia they call the Sentinel tree. There are a number of shrines in the area, and I've learned that the mystics have built them in its honor. They believe everything is connected, and they live by those beliefs. Their days are dedicated to tending their shrines, meditating on lush carpets, and pondering on the movement of the clouds and stars. They are a spiritual and peaceful clan, and I feel so thankful for the deep connection that we now have. However, I have to admit that the conversations with them can be a little hard to follow, as they tend to have their head in the clouds and lose track of things. Another thing is, wait, I lost my train of thought as well. Never mind. Why am I thinking about that awful Ashland expedition again all of a sudden? Old wounds don't heal easily, I guess. Growing up, I rejected everything that had to do with the name of Jones. Our famous ancestor, the itchy feet, the call for adventure. I didn't want to be like Edith Organ Jones anymore. I changed my middle name to Octavia, and I took Lars's last name when we got married. I wanted you to have a regular childhood. Did I succeed? I can only hope my best was good enough. The Warriors, written by Edith Organ Hartwood. October 8th, 13th. It's been months since I saw a human being. I've explored the northmost reaches of Wildwoods, where the warriors live. They are by far the wildest of the horse clans. Each of them strives to become the fastest and the strongest. Every day, they race around Wildwoods, traverse dangerous trails, and smash pots in their arena. All of this to build strength and resistance. They also perform drumming ceremonies by jumping on giant drums. I can almost still hear the booming sounds echo throughout the forest. It was an intense and breathtaking experience. There is a fine line between testing one's limits and recklessness. I spent most of my life keeping my desires in check and burying those dangerous dreams deep down. I didn't want to become like my parents, and I sure hope I was a swell mom. Now, like the warriors, I want to go bigger, faster. I want to see what's out there. There is still so much to discover about Jorvik. So many uncharted lands. Gee, who knows? Maybe in the future, my name, Edith Octavia Hartwood, will become as legendary as Mississippi Joe, my dearest Maine and Idaho. I hope the name Hartwood makes you proud. Whatever you do, don't let fear stop you from chasing your dreams. Alright, so as you can see in the lore library, obviously those stories aren't in here, so you have to go around Jorvik to find these stories and to read them. But that is pretty much it for me, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the lore books and are able to find them all now. They really don't count towards anything, but I do find that the Wildwoods books are very interesting and kind of like how Edith kind of went mad. Obviously being in the Wildwoods for so long and kind of escaping the life of being a mother to her children. So very interesting because she changes her name in like I think 2 of the books. But it's very interesting regardless. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and are able to find all the books now and read them all when you get a chance. But yeah, that is pretty much it for me, you guys. So as always, remember to keep positive. Happy trails, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Bye!